this system means you get a -1 to attack rolls.
What?
And that persists, and your reeling level ticks down every turn, and your penalty is equal to the amount of reeling you're on. And so immediately I said, right, I've basically gotten to the end. I am restarting as a paladin who can immediately wear heavy armor, because once I get to the end of this, I can get a magic hat with reeling, and I can get a magic hat that gives me reeling, I think 3 or 5, like something huge. And then I can also get armor that gives me reeling 3 if I'm heavy armor. And I can get a sword that gives me reeling 2 every time they hit me. So, or I can get a shield with reeling 2 on it. So I can basically say, hey, I'm a big paladin. I'm going to cast the spell that means you are only allowed to attack me. You attack me, and now you immediately take like -8 to all of your attack rolls. And every time you hit me or I hit you, it doesn't just reset that count, it adds 8 to the count.
So you're telling me that there is armor that is so strong that when you hit it, your arms are too shaky and you cannot hit anything anymore.
Exactly. I mean, this is assuming I absolutely stack up everything just for this one effect, but it's a pretty fucking cool effect, so I'm gonna do it.
But even just a -3 is very strong. Like,
oh yeah, that's it. As long as I'm like, I'm slightly torn because there's the. As a paladin, I could also pick the fighting style that means if I've got a shield, anyone who wants to hit an ally that's next to me has disadvantage, which is cool. But also, I kind of want to hit people with a big two-handed sword, and I don't want a fighting style that I don't use until I level up enough to get a shield.
I fixed my headphones, so we're good to go.
Hooray!
Nice.
my personal taste, but this is completely my opinion, is paladins use shields while fighters and barbarians and whatever use big swords. But I understand the charm of the two-handed paladin.
Well, I took the thing that gives you +1 AC. So I'm basically, it's not amazing, but it's good no matter what I do. So I'm sticking around because there's a bit at the beginning of the game which I understand has been changed for the full release, but in the early access there's a bit at the start of the game where there's a mind flayer and a high-level demon that are fighting each other, and your job is to run past them, beat up a load of tiny little level 1 imps, and then press a button.
Kill the devil, can't you? Get his sword.
Exactly, you can kill him and take his sword, and it's an amazing big two-handed sword that deals fire damage. It's great.
Yeah,
So-
me and Ro did that.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you also do it by filling the room with explosive barrels?
We just kind of tickled away at him. It was
wow.
very sad.
Yeah.
Just kind of prayed that the Mind Flayer would be able to tank for enough turns that we could kill the guy.
Ah.
I need to tell you that's some of the most Larian stuff I've ever heard. Like, fuck yeah, explosive barrels. That's the stuff. They always do this. They always have interactable bullshit around the map that makes everything explode. It's amazing.
Honestly, that would have made things a lot easier if I had noticed them.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah, you can pick them up if you're strong enough, and you can just haul like 4 extra ones into the arena.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Everybody's here. Hey.
Yippee.
We are kind of alive.
Right.
Let's remember what my spells are.
So last session, let me think. It was 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Lots of time. I cannot remember exactly.
It was an age ago. But in last session, you guys finished the village of Barovia by killing the big biblically accurate angel there. Took
That was fun.
quite a bit of effort, I believe. But yeah, then as the village sort of returned to normal, quote unquote, and you guys got left it or slash were kicked out because it ended. Strahd was waiting for you. Just outside where you
Because of course he was.
yeah, where you were conjured or appeared at the end. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's we just had the boss fight and then you left and then Strahd appeared. I'm pretty sure that's all that happened. But
What is it you have for us this time?
all right, let's get into it then.
We were already level 8, yes?
Pardon?
We did not talk last time, right?
You haven't had a long rest either, so yeah, you're pretty weak at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm full HP because the eyes could not hit me for the life of them, but that's a different story.
Everybody except for Central is, you know, pretty low and aching and so outside of the gates where you guys have appeared, you all see Strahd. He's stood there looking quite smug as he approaches the four of you. So
I'd like to just look at Strahd and I want to say, so what is your biggest weakness then? And I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Just immediately.
You can't blame me for giving it a try.
a second passes as you cast Detect Thoughts and ask him this question. A quizzical look. He just looks at you, very confused for a second, and you can detect the surface level thought of just it's just loads of question marks is what you're hearing, but in a auditory sense. So like he's just very confused. Yeah, he's just really confused by he's just thrown left field by that. Such a weird question. He just loses his train of thought as it was very clear he was about to monologue. But now he's just stood there for a few seconds trying to regain his composure. So, that's alright.
I maintain the concentration spell.
Well, I had a surprise planned for you, but I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what I was going to do now, as that kind of... Alright, I'm just gonna reset, because, you know, that ruined my entry, and monologue. It's gonna be pretty grand, but, oh well. And then he just kind of disappears, and then reappears, and then stops walking back in. Alright, so I see you've all completed the village. What did you think of it? It's quite a place, isn't it?
Lib shrugs very visibly.
Not very talkative, are you? I suspect that probably has something to do with not being able to talk.
Lib gestures to the lack of a mouth.
And he just shrugs, and I need... It's a Wayne, isn't it? I read the names. I need a Wayne to make a will save.
Ooh, wisdom.
Yes, wisdom save. Pathfinder for too long.
The more we play Pathfinder, the more I think Pathfinder is superior, by the way.
Oh, you've got a +8. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So, a second sort of passes, and you know your alter self, the one who sometimes does the thing. You get a flash of his memories, and it's just for a second, but it's the exact same scenario you're in right now, but with a different version of you and the surrounding people. And within it, you see Strahd. He's very much the same, but instead of everybody stood here and him talking to you, you see a sword in his hand, and everybody, including you, have been killed. And basically all the bodies of your friends, well, the alter version of them, are lying on the floor, and you're just about to cark it as well. And then the vision thing cuts back, and you snap back to reality with this vision still lingering in the back of your head.
Owen immediately just grabs his head and goes down to one knee, kind of grunting and looking kind of hazy.
That is quite weird. Is your friend okay? Not that I particularly care.
Liba tends to offer some amount of moral support.
I'm fine.
Do you... this is a question for the player. Does Owain look scared, more or less?
You can tell that he's distressed, distressed, but it's trying to hide it. Kind of, even though he went down to one knees,
I know
knows
that
there's danger.
I know that it's not exactly the use of the spell, but Lib will cast heroism on you.
Cast what?
Heroism. It makes you immune to fear, to frightened.
Oh,
So it should have some amount of calming effect on stressful and frightening situations. This is a bit of... It's mostly for flavor, but it's like... You also get some temporary HP. It's not very much, but you know, it helps.
well, then in that case, I will not only stand up, but will take a few steps forward. No? So what now then?
For a minute you have immunity to fear, and you get 4 temporary HP at the start of every turn. They don't stop.
Strahd takes a step back as you step forward, and a split moment passes, and you see him conjure a jagged blade. It's blue and red, but it looks like kind of like a lightning bolt in shape, and it's the exact same one that matched the one in your vision from Freya. I believe maybe we've talked too much this time. I came to merely test you to see if you were going to be strong enough this time. And as he does, as he finishes his sentence, he holds up the sword to the sky, and you can see that it's something seems to be happening to it. It seems to be powering up in a sense, and you guys have a chance to do something if you want to. Okay. Then he slashes across sideways, and it kind of... You can feel the force of the blow before it hits you. It's as if he's slicing into reality itself. And as it does, Wayne, where you stood in comparison to the rest of the party, because you took a few steps forward, right? So you're at the front.
Yeah, I imagine it like Strahd was on one end of the bridge and we were on the other, and I went to like the middle of the bridge.
Okay, so as the sword strike hits you first, something odd occurs.
Hello?
Oh,
Yes, you're back.
Well, not exactly. I'm using my phone because my laptop just decided no internet.
Oh,
shit. That was
Oh,
I was trying to say that Lib will try to get in the way of the strike. I don't think I was. I think I was cut off before I could say that.
It's
I
fine.
don't know what happened. Like,
Owain took the strike, but don't worry. I lost my train of thought now, but it's fine. So yeah, just as the strike's about to hit you, Owain, you feel a pulse of energy and 2 dark wings, phoenix wings, spread from your back as a shield emerges from you, and it's big enough to collectively submerge the 4 of you in it. And as the sword strike hits the shield then instead of you, and it breaks the shield, but you guys 4 are unharmed, and you feel this. You feel the presence. Well, Owain specifically feels the presence of the Dark Phoenix that you slayed back in the mountains. And that's a power you now have, once per long rest.
Wow.
neat.
Ooh.
Well, this is surprising. I always thought I would try to play with your food and not defeat us as we stand weakened.
This is quite surprising, but I suppose it proves that what I've been doing has made you stronger. Quite strong. Well, I suppose until next time. And then he just seems to, a sort of portal of darkness appears, and he just disappears and yeah.
I try and run to the portal.
All right.
Oh no.
Are you gonna throw yourself in it, or?
I mean, I'm gonna throw myself in the direction of it, you know.
Give me
You haven't decided what's on the other side of the portal yet, have you? Gotcha,
Oh,
Jim.
oh no.
like, it's a dex thing, isn't it? Because you're throwing this. I think it's a dex.
Oh yeah, I don't expect to succeed. I
No, I'm
just
just-
want to try.
I'm just trying to decide what. Yeah, give me a dex check.
'Cause frankly, Marl is sick of all of Strahd's shit.
That's fair.
Dex save?
No, just like a dex check. So
Alright.
I think it's
Get
the
that
same.
nat 20.
10.
You throw yourself, and it looks like you're gonna make it, but it just disappears at the last second, and you just land on your butt. Or your face, I guess, because you're throwing yourself at it, so you just
I
land.
land on my face, roll forwards, and to my butt.
Yeah, but
A little dwarf roll.
Strahd's gone. And the 4 of you are left with a new conundrum.
Owain will just kind of collapse and sit by the bridge, by the railing.
Is everybody
would-
doing alright?
I would like to. If I remember correctly, Marl is still a bit, let's say, under the weather.
I certainly need a good sleep.
Oh, sorry. Just a second. My laptop is completely stupid. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 My laptop is again functioning more or less. After a bit. Anyway, because I believe that I have still some key points left, as a sort of preemptive care, I would like to spend at least some key points to help with the whole Marl being a bit not exactly in his best condition. I'm healing you. That's what I'm saying.
Hooray.
Let's and I can't exactly tell how many key points left I have. Current 2. Okay. I will spend 2 key points to heal you by 6 and 5. A total of 11 points. Basically,
Hooray!
imagine a shoulder massage.
Excellent. That feels much better, thank you.
You're welcome. Fun fact, Lib doesn't want to talk to Strahd. He could talk to Strahd, he just didn't want to.
Right, well, what are you doing now? There's a lot of road between you and any other village.
I need to read my notes.
I
Do we
do-
first want to head back to another town, or do we want to immediately try and head for the Ember Temple? That's like the two options we have, I think. If I remember correctly.
Ah, yes, the temple. I mean, we did scale one mountain already, so well, it's the second one.
Yeah, that's true.
you
First time's always the hardest.
So you're just gonna... Okay, that's fine. So, you're here. Let's try and see what you'd have to... You could go to there and then scale across. How long would that take? I don't think... And then there's... Yeah, it would be a lot shorter. Yeah, you can do it. You can definitely try. Just...
What I really think is that Strahd is nearing to his senses. I believe that he might be very close to to stopping playing with us and actually finishing the job.
I mean, he did just straight up throw some kind of shockwave at you. It kind of seems like he's already kind of almost stopped.
I have this uneasy feeling that things could have ended very differently at this moment.
I believe that's why we might want to gather more power. We should start a plan to take the Dark Lord down. An actual plan. I believe last time did not work in our favor for the lack of planning. Correct?
Well, last time I don't think any of us really expected to defeat him. I still believe that what Strahd told us is true, and we need to finish the job of killing all of the celestial beasts that he's created. But we just have to be more wary and not to try and fight with Strahd before that.
I also think we should be more careful and make sure that we aren't caught off guard like this again. Because Strahd has kind of shown us that he can basically appear at any time. If we are once again caught when we are weakened and wounded, he will have no trouble just offing us, like, on the spot. Although it might seem hard to avoid such a situation.
I am sorry that I cannot care for your wounds the same as my master, but I will try my best to keep you in shape. I will not be surprised.
That is a comforting thought.
I am never surprised. I don't think I can experience surprise. I should ask Master next time.
That would be an interesting reunion. But I reckon we should either hit the road or take a rest. One of the two.
Find some place where we're not here, and then take a rest and keep out of the main roads, is my guess.
I think that's good.
You still have your horse and cart as well. I remember you have them. So if you want to travel a bit to the wherever you want to go, just remember you've got a horse and cart. Because easy to forget.
I don't need much in the way of sleep. I could drive the cart while you rest.
Must be nice being ignorant of our weak emotions and weaknesses.
I do have emotions, I don't have surprise, apparently. I do have some emotions, I believe.
Alright,
Also, I'm learning from all of you. After all, I am in your head more often than not.
so what are you doing?
Unless someone wants to take turns, I only need to get. I don't even need a long rest currently. I only need a short rest, and I believe that I can get one even while driving. Probably, unless we find some especially big scary thing.
I mean, looking at the map, this is a very nice place. Like over here, just it looks like there's still a little bit of road and there's no incline. We can just try and make a camp there and go after the rest.
Do you need a camp to take a long rest?
Would be safer.
Alright, just give me an hour and I'll get ourselves a camp built.
I will take this time to recover my energies then.
Alright, I will do... How many of us are there now?
4.
4. Okay, let's do... let's do 4 ritual casts of Golder's Tower.
4 hours later.
And while I'm at it, I guess as we have the time... it's not 4 hours later, it's 40 minutes later.
Oh yeah, so wait, ritual's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
10 minutes plus the casting time of a spell.
nice.
I don't know how long it takes to cast Galder's Gate Tower.
So let's do that, and while I'm at it, I'll take an extra 10 minutes to do a... in the middle of them, So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do all of them, and then I'm gonna do a tiny hut, and I'll erect each of the Golder's Towers so that they have a back door, kind of opening
Into
right
the hut.
onto the tiny hut. So if we need to, we can all jump out of bed, run down the stair. Well, we don't have stairs. Climb down the ladders, and then quickly jump into the tiny hut that actually has magical protection.
Marley, I'm very sorry to tell you, but you need to stay inside the tiny hut for the tiny hut to stay up.
That's annoying.
Yes, yes it is.
Fine, I'll sleep in the tiny hut. Everyone else can sleep in the tower.
Aw.
I mean, you can put the tiny hut inside one of the towers and connect the other ones.
That's true. There is no reason I can't have a tiny. All right, if we have a problem, everyone get to the middle level of my tower. That's where the tiny hut will be.
Cool. You'll
I'll
get a
cast that just
long.
before I go to bed,
You'll get a long rest.
like a magic panic room.
So is the rest confirmed? I can just click that it's rested.
Because my long rest only takes 4 hours, I will keep watch for everyone,
Cool.
basically.
Nothing occurs.
Also, I don't need to go unconscious during the long rest, so you know, I keep watch.
nothing much occurs, you know, just some crows, some bats, some ravens. It's a peaceful night, as peaceful as it gets in Barovia.
Ravens.
I will spend my time on top of the tower, looking at the sky and the scenery.
It's a pretty sky. Actually, it's very pretty, despite there being no stars, or really, it's just black sky.
Neither me nor my master ever saw the stars, so we don't care. We know of the stars as a concept.
I'm just trying to think, would you see the stars from Ravenloft? And I'm deciding no, so I'm going to move on from that subject. Yes, so this, you guys get a perfectly normal long rest, as you deserve one. And morning comes, but then it's obviously hard to tell because it's always dark in Barovia. So morning probably has come, and as you guys wake up, you feel refreshed. Maybe even a little bit hopeful.
That's ominous.
So what you doing?
Even Owain looks well rested.
What do we want to do now then?
I'd say we try to push our way through to the Amber Temple.
What do you... I will drive. What do we know about vampires?
That is actually a
Well,
question. I'm wondering that as well.
They can't go out in the sun. Can anyone make sun?
I'm afraid not.
Not at the moment, no.
I don't think so. I can make a small light, but that's kind of it.
And I assume that is also not a coincidence that there's never a sun visible in Barovia.
I believe
What else can't vampire? Can I do I guess,
Just give
history?
me a straight up intelligence check.
I want one too. I want one too.
Yeah, if you want to, if anybody who wants lore for vampires, make an intelligence
20.
check. If you want to do it as Wayne, you can as well, and I'll just, depending on what you get, then...
I mean, I will try an intelligence check. After all, I have a...
I got a 17, but it didn't show up.
That's fine, let's see. 19.
My
Okay,
rolls work there.
so Marl's got the... Okay,
Still
so... Okay, that explains a lot, actually. That. So...
If only it were religion.
Marl and Owain, you can recall, as you've spent a lot of time you've heard or read somewhere, vampires' main weakness is sunlight, running water, any sort of holy weapon / damage, and generally stake through the heart, but you're not quite sure about the stake bit through the heart because it's a bit weird compared to
Also,
the rest.
My medicine knowledge can tell you that most creatures will die from a stake through the earth. Not just vampires.
Could I do a religion check to see if I know, like, which religions, if any, you can, like, just start worshipping a god and consecrate stuff instead of having to be a priest? Can I see if that's a thing with any of them?
Yeah, sure. Make a religion check.
Religion of the common folk.
Oh. 8. That's not great. Do I have any inspiration? I don't know where it's written where they are.
I'm pretty sure you do. Like 70%
Yeah, I just
sure.
don't. I don't see where.
I don't know where it actually is on the Foundry sheet, if I'm honest.
Oh, I think it's just above favorites.
Okay, I mean, Owain knows.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, apparently I don't have inspiration. No, so I can't. But Owain knows. All right.
So yeah, Owain, you recall because you found archives of a couple of odd religions that seem to worship 13 distinct gods. One of them is associated with specifically illusion, and it's pretty easy to get into that and be able to consecrate something because you just need to have used some illusion spells to prove your what's the word? Prove your
Devotion.
Devotion.
yeah, prove your devotion to. So
Isn't like the only religion in Barovia like the one the sun thing, the dawn
Morning
thing?
the
Lord.
Morning Lord is
The Morning Lord.
that's the only one in Barovia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but vampires are just the holy thing. So what items can they consecrate then? Who do they worship?
Could I get the name of the illusion god?
I've got it written down. This is like homebrew stuff that I worked on like a year ago. So where did I write it though? Illusion. Bane. That's the one. Not to be confused with.
Jesus.
Not to be confused with actual Bane from the actual Pantheon from Forgotten Realms.
Yeah. Actually, I will I will add something to this. Owen will pull out like a small notebook and present it to everybody. This is Van Richten's notes. There's plenty of information on different religions and types of things we could be interested in.
I have the notes
Excellent.
from the master if you wish to peruse them. He was born in Ravenloft after all, he might know stuff.
Ah, we're looking through the information we've got, right?
I think that some things are a bit different in this place. There are some things that are not exactly gods, I think, but are not exactly not gods. I'm not entirely sure I understand this, but apparently they are in charge of people like Strahd. Dark something, dark powers, dark gods, dark something.
Dark Souls.
I'm
Dark Souls?
trying to roleplay Lib as someone that doesn't quite understand what his master will know, but I'm talking about the dark powers, you know, the things that actually made Strahd into the Lord of Barovia. They
Well,
don't like Strahd, technically. They are just it's just a toy.
well, I've stated my case before. I'm not really a fan on contacting anybody with higher powers, really. But if there is a way to contact them, and you're certain that they wouldn't just instantly try and destroy us, then that could be something we could try and research. But if not, then that would just be a red herring.
From what I understand, they are not good, but they sometimes help people defeat and occasionally replace Dark Lords. It's a game. They play with everyone.
Hmm.
They are the Lord, the true gods of the Ravenloft.
Then how would one come about with contacting them?
I don't know. We should probably ask. That's beyond my understanding of the notes. I don't want to metagame, and also I don't quite know exactly how to contact them. So that's as much as I will get, probably.
Well, in that case, I still think we should try and do with what we have at the moment. Even the simple things, like we know the sun, maybe running water. We can be relatively safe around rivers and, and such.
Running water.
Shall we flood the castle?
Strahd can't cross running water. So, if we can get water to circulate, we can create a Strahd-proof shield.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Is there any river near the castle? Can someone help me find the Castle Ravenloft, Castle? Where is the Castle of Strahd? I cannot find it currently.
We're pinging it.
Where could it be?
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was this one. Would you be able to deviate a river?
I mean, do you think fog that's moving counts?
I don't think so because he moves all the time around fog.
How dense do you think it has to be before fog becomes a river?
Probably liquid. Can you cool down fog to the point where it becomes liquid?
Well, I
Also-
can't cool it down.
I don't believe that running through water is the problem, it is the motion of the water itself.
We should flood the
Real
castle.
handy. Someone who could conjure ditches. Shame we don't have one of them anymore.
Too
Well,
soon.
I might be able to move a few stones, but it would take me a little bit of time.
So we could create an artificial river to build a sort of Strahd arena. And then if you're ready to kind of complete, like we have a little zone for him to walk in through, and then you can just whoop and complete the circle or whatever, then we could trap Strahd in it.
And where do you reckon we would do this?
Well, somewhere near the river, otherwise you'll have to dig a very long trench.
Alright, but the last time we trespassed on his terrain, which, in all fairness, was still relatively far away. From his castle, he simply found us and teleported to us.
Oh no,
Do we know how
Wait.
far he can?
there is a problem. You can teleport. You can use teleport to cross the river. He's a wizard.
That is a good point.
Ultimately, we definitely know that Strahd is definitely hard to catch. He's got many of abilities that let him slip past us very easily. Thus, making a trap be a very complicated matter.
Yeah, Okay, so if beating Strahd seems infeasible, do we actually care? Is it perhaps wiser for us to seek a means of escape instead?
I would like to free my master, please.
Mm,
I will respect your wishes if you wish to flee, and I will help you as much as I can. But I feel like this is my crusade, shall we say. This is something I'm about to fight against.
I see.
I agree. At this point, we have come way closer than most have to ever being able to challenge Strahd, and us simply leaving would rob a lot of people of a very small chance of being freed from him.
And the last
You ever
thing,
heard of the gambler's paradox?
Can't say I have.
Just because we've gotten closer than anyone else doesn't mean that we're going to succeed. And just because we've invested a lot of time in this doesn't mean that cutting our losses is a bad idea.
do
I
you wish
suppose
to
that's fair.
do you wish to stop where you are?
I'm just thinking that finding a means of escape might be easier, and then, who knows, maybe we can find another way back once we are more prepared.
But where would you even reckon we start searching for that? Because we have no information on that. Not even a single.
No information how to go about killing Strahd either.
My master,
I mean,
my master managed to travel between places in Ravenloft. He might be able to find a way to leave Barovia.
Alright, fine. Well, in that
But I
case,
don't know if they will be able to get you outside of Ravenloft.
if we have gotten closer than anyone else, and we are trying to work out a way to kill Strahd, then I would suggest perhaps finding some of the remains or homes of people who have come close to killing Strahd. Perhaps some of them had already devised a plan that we could make use of.
Well, that would have been Van Richten, who is currently dead, although he left behind a disciple.
Shall we talk to the disciple?
I believe that we could. I think she's situated in the lake, around the Lake Baratok when we last left her.
Like a good place to go. Also, what's this amber temple I'm seeing on our map?
You guys before were told by Esmeralda.
Madame
that-
Eve. Oh, Esmeralda.
by Esmeralda. Maybe Madame Eve mentioned it as well, but Esmeralda told you what it is. And basically, the person you're going to see told you about the Amber Temple and about how it would imbue great power, but with risks. And that she's visited there, and
Great power with risk. Like, I think fighting Strahd is probably a bigger risk than any we're facing in a temple, and
I don't
Let's
mind.
go-
Well, the temple, from what we've heard, might contain an item that will help us to seal Strahd's powers and take them for our own.
that does
I will
If you
keep you alive.
come again,
I will keep you alive, don't worry.
that's nice. Also,
So, shall we go talk to this disciple first, and then head off to the Amber Temple and see if we can get whatever's there?
I'm sorry for asking out of the blue, Midnight, but do you remember that some time ago I found a sun pendant in Strahd's castle in the crypt?
yeah,
You told me something about the sun pendant, but it's been a long time, so, like, what did it do again? Like, I don't think it was a magical item, but it was linked to something.
It looked like you could slot it in to some place and it would activate something.
Is it connected to the Amber Temple at all, or are those two different things?
You can give me like a what's the general knowledge check in this? Was just be int, won't it?
Yeah.
No idea, maybe Arcana, but the problem is Lib wasn't the one who found the pendant, he just has it on himself.
You can still give me an intelligence check to see how it matches any of the architecture you visited or know of.
That's the wrong thing. That's an intelligence save.
It's the same, isn't it?
Now it's the same. I have a +1 to saves.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, so you recognize from the architecture that this looks like it goes possibly on a grave and like what do you call it, a gravestone. And the only times you've really seen gravestones in that style are in Krezek. So I can take a reasonable guess that it's possible that this is either linked to a gravestone in Krezek or maybe one in Valaki. Because the architectures of the graves are quite similar, so it's either in Valaki or Krezek where this will activate something.
I remember my master gave me this when we escaped, and I remember that while we were in Krezak, my master brought me to the graveyard for study, and I think that it was similar in style. We were there for a while you were resting. It was nice.
To be honest, the memories of that place become hazier and hazier every single day.
I don't think I understand. Master, at some point, Master was very worried about that place, and then he stopped being worried. I never understood what happened.
I can't really put my finger on it.
I remember that he had some things written on his face, and then he stopped having things written on his face, and forgot. You all were very agitated at some point, and then you were not. It's a bit easy for me as well, I guess.
Well, I'm of an opinion that if there is trouble in that place, we're not obligated to go and help them, as we do have a more important mission at hand.
It's pretty far away, so maybe we could go to the temple first, and then see. Unless you want to find the disciple first.
I would like to go to the temple and, well,
seems fairly close. Relatively.
Well, the biggest thing is, I feel like going and trying to find another person for information, going to Valaki to resupply, going to those places is just expected, and we have to be more careful, more unexpected.
That is fair. I can drive towards the temple.
Where are you going then, just so I have an idea?
I think we are going towards the temple, unless someone else has another priority.
Over the mountain towards the temple or around, following the path towards the temple?
I don't...
I want to go through mountains. I want to go through Moria.
It's not exactly clear how steep the mountains are from this map. Like, is it possible?
I can tell you now that you can go through the mountains. It'll be more... Basically, yeah, it'll be like Lord of the Rings. It'll be more dangerous if you go through the mountains. but it's doable.
Yeah, but if we go over the mountains, we're gonna have tree giants or something pummeling us with rocks, and Strahd's gonna stand on top of a tower and conjure, I don't know, bats, but in a lightning shape at us until we have to go onto the mountain. So we may as well just go onto the mountain now.
Under the mountain. I'm not aware of the way under.
I thought you were going over, but yeah.
So maybe, just say, we could take this route through the forest and then go directly through the mountains, basically. Are you following what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
I
But
don't think we can bring the cart through the forest, but maybe we can bring it through the mountains at the very least.
I feel like the cart is a lost cause in general if you're going through the mountain.
Well, depends on how much. I don't mind going by foot. Do you want to go by foot?
Yes.
We can go by foot.
I wanna fly with my new phoenix wings.
I am fairly fast. Do you want me to carry some of you? I can carry one of you, probably. For a while.
I can walk on my own.
I'll be fine.
Be faster.
Alright, so you're going through the mountains, so I'm just gonna move you all to here. I'm presuming that's where you're starting. You're gonna follow the path and then just beeline towards the Amber Temple, like you kind of said.
What did you want us to do?
No, I'm just asking so I have an idea of what challenges will be in your way.
I mean, I feel like here, and like here, because then we don't have to climb as much.
That's fair.
Well, yeah, we will do our best to avoid a lot of climbing, but you know.
Let me just check a few things. Those all of those people are dead.
If our horses can help, we might use them as pack horses, basically. If it's possible for the horses to follow without the cart.
You can keep the horses, but I don't think they're going to make it up or around the mountain. This is definitely not Skyrim.
Oh, such a shame. Okay, I will carry the stuff.
Alright, so as you start your climb up and across the mountain, you notice that this mountain is very similar to Mount Baratok, which you visited when you faced Dark Phoenix. But you know, it's a lot less icy. And as you climb, at first it seems to be a somewhat gentle incline, but it gets pretty steep pretty quickly, and you do all have climbers equipment because of your trip to Mount Baratok and the fact that the gentleman there gave you climbers equipment. So
yeah.
you don't really you have less trouble, but I'm still gonna need you to make climb checks.
Athletics?
Athletics, yeah. Pathfinder has different skills and it's confusing sometimes.
So, wait.
Once again, didn't give me the thing. I got a 19. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah,
did show
it
up. Okay.
Alright, so 7, 19,
Oh, no.
Mal and...
I'm looking for something, just a moment.
Okay. Remember, Argon, you can fly, so
Yes.
somebody does
Yeah.
fall.
once anything dangerous is described, I will do that.
I'm just reminding you.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So,
Nice.
everybody seems to do perfectly fine heaving up this mountain using their climbing gear. But then Owain the fact that you might have phoenix wings makes you think maybe you can use them to fly.
Oh no.
But it's, as you think about that, you slip because distracted slightly, and yeah, you lose your gripping and you're falling now.
I will use my actual wings, drop down and try to catch him if I can.
This what I think Dex would be the best.
Oh dear.
Dexterity check of sorts.
Just straight dex?
You could use athletics actually, I guess, because it's also strength, kind of, because you're rushing to catch him and you actually have to catch him, and he does weigh actual amounts.
I'll take that. Okay, that is fine.
Yeah,
Yippee.
you catch Owain however you wish, and yeah, day saved for now.
Yippee. Those phoenix wings aren't all that good for flying, huh?
I don't. It feels like it's not only my thoughts that are in my head. It feels like there's many different people, all trying to say something different and do something different. But I think it's just Barovia taking it all on me.
That sounds very serious. We can talk about it around the campfire, alright? When we're in a more safer place.
That we can.
So half of you are in there now. I guess Owain and Argon don't really need to make any skill checks anymore because they're flying.
In the arms of...
Well, how long do the wind last?
Officially just 1 minute. So I would probably just try to quickly get us to a safe location, and then from there we'd have to remain climbing.
Oh,
Or
thank
start
God.
climbing again.
Okay, yeah, sure. So that helps. Means I can throw more stuff at you. So you find a sort of plateau around this area that you're at, and it allows you all to catch your breath for a couple of minutes. And there seems to be a sort of natural path / incline leading up around this way. And presuming that you take it rather than just climbing straight ahead,
I will.
you are met with an odd change into a wooded-ish area. It's like it's slowly become a forest that's grown into the side of this mountain. And I
will go ahead and scout. Don't worry, I will come back.
that person's dead. That person's dead. No.
I will take advantage of my general speed to run ahead and as stealthy. Like I will try my best to be stealthy. I'm trying to see if there is anything dangerous along the way.
Give me a second.
When DM doesn't have a mountain battle map, so he has to improvise a forest.
Hey, forests can grow on mountains. Okay, so that's Lieb. I'm gonna put the rest of you near the back, and Lieb, you're gonna be further ahead because you're scouting ahead and you're being stealthy about it. And then
Shall I roll a stealth?
Yes, please.
I have advantage on stealth checks.
Whilst I figure out what to put here. That seems really, really good. So let me just figure out what you see.
I can also roll a perception check if you need.
You know what? Sure, I'm like trying to buy time here, so.
That's not as good, but it's still decent. 15.
Yeah, so. I don't have the monster one, but it's fine. It's fine. How do I activate this? So, yeah. You see. As this forest-ish thing with the little stream in, as you're going through it, you see. Well, specifically, Lieb sees this living lightning bolt with air elemental. It's just like a giant cloud that seems to have mass, and oddly enough, it seems as though it's almost symbiotically connected to this lightning bolt as it's sparking and as sort of charging this air elemental up. You don't really understand why that's happening or the reason for it, but it's quite odd and unnerving.
They seem to be some amount of alive at the very least. I understand, yes?
Yes.
Hmm.
But they haven't seen you, because...
It will be reasonable to think of them as dangerous, so I will step back and warn the others with my 45 feet speed, because fucking monks. It seems that there are some beings made of elements, air, clouds, living clouds maybe. They are idling around, electrifying each other. I don't think they have noticed our presence. We might want to avoid a confrontation with elemental creatures. I don't remember the last elemental creature being very nice to you all.
Well, we could, but also
You did explode the elemental creature eventually, and now you stole its wings, but still.
yes, that one. But I suddenly just maybe have an idea, but I don't know how realistic it is. So, Marl, you will have to give some of your insight to it, because we've seen a water elemental. Isn't a water elemental just running water?
That's true.
I assume that an elemental made of water could run if it had legs, but I don't know if that counts.
I mean, it's water that's moving. I don't see why it wouldn't count.
Would you know if elementals are able to be bargained with?
Ooh, good question. Do I?
Make an intelligence check.
Making you pull out so much bullshit today.
Would that be maybe reasonably? I believe elementals are arcana knowledge. I think.
That's an 11.
Can I try an arcana check as well?
You can, Mal, you can also try an arcana check instead if you want, because that also...
There's no point. It's just I'm not proficient in Arcana, so it's the same bonus.
Okay. With that, you get that the knowledge that as planar creatures, technically, if you can speak their language, you can communicate with them, but it's hard to say if you're going to be able to bargain with them or not. With a 19, you know that you probably can bargain with them, but you have to basically speak the language, and if you're also elemental being specifically of one that's associated with the same element, you'll have a higher chance because they tend to look quite negatively on. They're basically racists against
Whoa!
other elements, like water hates fire, etc.
That makes sense. I am
Well, I
sorry.
don't have comprehend languages.
I am sorry to say my ability to speak with you without words still requires some amount of words. Shit. My telepathy requires shared languages, so I cannot speak to them.
I only speak Common, Dwarvish, and Infernal, so...
Well, I guess that is something to think about. I was thinking if maybe we could at least test this theory on these elementals, even though they're not water.
These new ones are not made of water, of course.
Yeah.
Can any of you speak Primordial? I believe that's the language they speak usually.
I wouldn't say so, no.
Can you learn a Primordial?
I'm not sure, but I also don't think so.
Shall we try to avoid a confrontation then?
I don't see why we should get involved right now if we can't bargain with them. Best not to get killed.
They seem to be busy with some kind of ritual between them. Is this what living beings call mating?
I'm not an expert.
I assume that most living beings knew what mating was.
Well, maybe you've heard wrong.
These are primordial, so we could be doing anything. I say we quietly back away.
We still need to go past them, don't we?
Yeah, you kind of need to go this way. Up this way.
We could find a way to avoid them. We can create a diversion, maybe, and move along this way. There are some trees.
I feel like they're
Let's go then.
if they're distracted already, we should just try and go and pass them. No need to alarm them with any sort of distraction.
I will keep at a distance, ready to distract them if you were to alarm them in any way. I can run past them fairly easily.
Alright, so everybody give me staff checks and...
So basically my plan, by the way, is to stand around here, roughly. And if they fail, I will still stealth, but if they fail the stealth check, I'm readying an action to take the attention away from them.
Alright, everybody roll stealth then. Let's see. I mean, I guess, Lieb, you've already rolled, so you don't...
I mean, as you wish. As you wish.
Well, never mind, you still got huge success, so that's fine. Everybody roll stealth then.
I have a +7 with advantage. I feel like it's very difficult for me to fail this.
Well, I have disadvantage and +2 only, so I will use my channel divinity to give myself proficiency in stealth for 10 minutes.
How come you rolled it twice, Argon?
Because I have disadvantage.
Oh shit, that's a
Because
6.
big old plate.
We're heavy boys.
Yeah.
So...
I think I accidentally rolled advantage, but it should be disadvantage. We'll see.
You rolled it twice, so I take the lower number. That's another 6.
No. Oh.
Marl, let's see if you can
Mar
add
also has
another
disadvantage, and also a minus to stealth, I'm pretty sure.
6.
Oh,
Well,
I believe in you.
yeah.
come on, you have to get 6.
Yeah.
Ah, 666.
Ah, no.
So,
Well,
you
We
summon
summoned-
Asmodeus.
That was modest.
Okay, so as you're trying to traipse through, Lee is pretty light-footed, stealthy. Hard to even notice that he's actually there. And perfect. Gets into position. Oh, meanwhile, the other 3 of you with your big clanky metal armor just take
This
steps.
water is making my armor wet. Argon, can you see how wet my boots are? This is ridiculous.
Funk,
it
We
is
should be going
absolutely
a different
disgusting.
way. I'm unhappy about this.
funk. And yeah, whatever was happening between the two stops suddenly, and the lightning crackling and the air airing. Don't know what sound air makes. Wafting. Whatever. Notice you and start to move over towards you, and we're gonna go into initiative.
Oh.
Yippee.
How do I do initiative again? It's been so long. I think I did it.
A good old
Oh,
Freya.
I forgot that I should wait to roll on your initiative.
You can tell me what you got, and
I got a 19.
it says 21. Because
Oh, because I rolled a 19 and I got 21. Yes, thank you.
displayed name, initiative value, 21. Alright, just leave them all left to roll, and... Oh, wow, okay.
Very nice.
I'm very fast.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow. Argon's last. Alright, wait, who's first then? Begin combat. Leave Europe.
I will. How far I am from the guys again?
From which guys? These guys. That's 30 feet.
Actually, my telepathy doesn't have an explicit range. I think. No, 60 feet. Is it within 60 feet?
Yeah? It's 30 feet away.
Okay, then I will ask. The guys. Do you want to fight them?
Just the... Do you want to fight them? That's the question.
Yes, I'm just asking the rest of the.
Oh, you mean these guys? That's 70 feet.
What did you say, Lib? You're going to have to be louder. We can't hear you over here.
I will step a little bit and ask.
You can only reach your Wayne.
Do you want to fight, Wayne?
It feels like we have to, but if we don't, well, be my guest.
I can distract them. That's the point.
Can we not run away?
Yeah, that's the point. Do you want to run away or not? This is a meta question. I'm asking you guys. Do you want to run away or not? I can actually bank and distract them for a couple turns when you run away. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind either way.
But then you'll die.
No, not likely.
Look,
What?
you all know how I feel on this matter.
Do you
Yes,
want
I think running away can actually be quite risky in this situation. Especially if it draws aggro on one person.
Yeah, Owen looks ready to fight as well.
Yes.
I will then I will try my best. For some reason it's not the I cannot okay, it's moving again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. Here. I'm here. I have arrived.
Cool. Punch it.
I will I will take a small bow towards the creature because I am a bit sorry for the violence. And then I will see if punching is functional at all. So yeah, that's it.
Let's see if this creature gets a turn. That hits.
Good. And
That's 5 damage.
does the creature react to the damage?
It says
No.
ow. Sorry. What are you saying?
I'm trying to understand if it took the full damage or not, because it's made of lightning. I don't know how it reacts to physical damage.
It seems to take the full whack of your fist.
Okay, that's good to know. Next question. I will. Can I understand that to an extent the biology of this thing?
It's a
That's
lightning bolt.
That's a weird. I know that that's a weird question, but basically I'm trying to do end of arm.
It doesn't really. Sure, you can try.
Well, we shall see. That's 8 necrotic damage. Does it take the necrotic damage?
Yeah.
Good. Next question. It's also poisoned, unless for some reason it's immune to being poisoned, which is plausible, you know.
Doesn't seem to be poisoned.
Hmm?
The poisonous bit of your necrotic hand does not seem to affect it.
Okay, that's...
You fling your hand forward and a whole pile of poison just slaps onto a tree somewhere.
That's not exactly how it works, but sure. Still damage. Well, I would like to try Stunning Strike as well.
Okay.
This is on the first strike, by the way.
That's
That's a 15 con save. Constitution's.
Constitution. Let's see. What is your con like? That's pretty nice. How do I do this? Saving throw. Come on. Hey, that's 23. That saves, right?
That's okay. Yes, it saves.
Phew.
Next. I still have 3 more attacks.
Oh shit. Yeah, that hits. Ouch.
I have no idea how much hit points this creature has. Does it look like... Can I get an idea of how worth it looks?
It looks injured.
Okay, that's fine.
Its bright blue sparks are dimming to mild blue sparks.
Let's simply go for 2 more.
You punched lightning to death. That's a
That's
feat.
8 more.
Alright, let's...
And I have another one.
Of course you do. Ah,
And that's a crit.
give me a second. The last damage was 8.
8. So for now, the total of damage has been
Alright.
23 plus 8, 31.
For a crit, just roll damage and double it.
Sure thing.
Let's see how this goes. 16. Ah,
Or
that's okay. Pretty.
still up.
Still seems to be up, but it's pretty badly handed. That bright blue spark of it. Now it's just withering sparks.
That's fair. I will take a bow, and as much as it's possible with, like, I will also try to speak to it in common, but it probably doesn't speak common. But I will try to communicate with my gestures. You are free to retreat. I don't know if that's an intimidation check or just a courtesy, but you know. Wait,
What are you trying to communicate?
that's we will not pursue him if he wants to flee.
Intimidate. It's intimidation.
Can I get advantage because like I dealt like 40 damage in a turn?
Yeah, sure, because, yeah.
I will roll twice because I rolled once.
That is...
I will. That's an 11, but I would like to use one of my racial feats and get a plus 1d6 to the roll.
Go on, then.
I can do that. I
Yeah.
never do that. That's lessons from my past life.
Roll that d6. Okay, so your total is 12.
Well, it was worth it. Sure.
With nearly punching this lightning bolt to death, is that your turn?
I believe so, yes. Action, bonus action, I move. That's all.
Cool. So, wait, oh, it's the elemental's turn next. Huh. So, he's gonna... What's his movement? Oh, that makes more sense. That makes way more sense. He's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, and as it does this, what does it do? You see the lightning bolt regenerate HP as... Wait, I want to put that in a cooler way. You see the lightning bolt spark back up as the cloud sort of merges with it. Well, overlaps with it.
Okay, it got recharged, that's fine.
And as the big fluffy cloud stands on you, it does this. Let's see, blah blah blah. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
That's fine.
Oh shit, that's a 20. Yeah, you saved. Blah blah blah. Okay, so you take half of 17. What's half of 17?
8.
You take 8 damage. Yeah, could have gotten better.
Don't.
But that's the elemental's turn. To you, Owain.
Okay, I'll move. And do I have range? Yeah, I will do the usual. My sword is sword, spiritual weapon next to him, and I will slash.
Do I have your spiritual weapon? I do somewhere. I don't know where I put it. A spiritual weapon. Wait, there, right?
Yeah.
That's a good roll.
That's
it doesn't show. Yeah, it's a great, but it doesn't show in. I don't know why.
Yeah, just roll damage and double it. This is against the cloud, right?
Yes, against the cloud.
Roll damage and we'll just double the numbers and we'll see how much you kill this. Oh shit, yeah.
It's not much. Also, it's on whole damage, or is it just the dice?
Just whole damage.
Ooh, so 20 then.
Yeah. That's cool. Yikes, you slash through this cloud and you leave like a searing mark through it. That slowly refills, but it's clearly there's less cloud than there was before.
Yeah, and before the wound completely heals, I will focus on it and toll the dead.
That's a saving throw from me, is it?
Yeah, wisdom 16.
Let's see how wise is a cloud. Perfectly average.
They did not retreat, so not very wise.
Well, that's a 3, so... Roll your damage.
That is 11 plus 5, that is 16.
16 damage. Yikes. I need to roll stronger enemies. This is a fun battle. Anyway, is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright, who's next?
We are going Nova, people.
Lightning bolt.
Oh, please, Bolt. Keep
Hmm.
fighting.
Wait. Here. Let me just measure something out.
No!
Perfectly lined up.
Kind of. Needs to go maybe about here. Because then it's there. It's gonna miss Owain, but it hits everybody else pretty much. So,
Aren't you happy away?
so
I...
the lightning bolt moves, and you see it just sort of do the lightning thing where it just sort of seems to like flash forward, and it seems to slowly charge up its energies, and then just suddenly a lightning bolt streaks out, hitting Owain. I mean, not hitting Owain, missing Owain, but hitting Argren, Marl, and Lieb. As is,
This is a dexterity saving throw.
yes, the saving throw. You all
It's a
need. It's a dex saving throw. Yeah.
Uh-oh. That is a shame.
Alright, you all failed!
Wait, Marl gets to add 4.
Oh,
But I don't think that's
Wait.
enough.
wait, where? What? No, you all failed. Let's roll damage. Let's see how good I roll. It's below average. 23 damage.
So I only take 12.
Ah, yeah, because you're a monk.
How much was it?
23.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled less than average. Because, of course. Which is fine. That's Mr. Lightning Bolt's turn.
Alright.
Marl, you're up.
Now I have a question. Can I delay part of my turn?
I don't see why not.
Excellent. Say to Argon, do you want me to get us closer to them?
I would love that.
All right, follow me. I'm going to move 25 feet up to here,
Ooh.
and I will hold the rest of my action until Argon's move. Hooray!
Oh
Alright.
god.
Here is where the fun begins. Now, what I want to do is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that's a 5, 10. I'm not going to get the lightning bot, unfortunately, but I can get the rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Argon, Misty Step to here. I can't also grab Argon. There we go. Then I'm going to grab Argon again. Thankfully, Misty Step is a bonus action. This is a full action. I'm going to Thunder Step.
Oh. Alright, let's make those con saves.
So yeah, make some con saves, please.
That's a failure.
They are up against... What's my bonus here for my magic save? I'm a wisdom caster, I think.
No, I need
No, I'm not. I'm an intelligence caster. Which means you're after, I think a 13 is my...
It tells you,
my
it
DC?
says 14.
No,
Oh,
it's
does it?
Yeah.
It's 8 plus 3 plus 3. So 14.
Alright.
Well,
This is where I'm starting, so that's all I hit.
Oh.
But as part of it, I am bringing Argon with me. Any requests, Argon, for where you want us to end up?
I mean, anywhere within 30 feet is fine with me.
Okay.
If you want the core factor, you can drop me on top, but that's up to you.
Sure. Let's. I will put you 1 point south of me, shall I?
All right.
There we go. That way you
Yeah.
can have a whack at it straight away.
Perfect.
Neither of us are caught in the thing. Lovely. Do
Can
you want
I
me to do
ask
damage
you,
then?
Can I ask you
Yeah.
not with
You
No.
destroy. You hit the air elemental, and your thunderous step seemed to disperse a fair amount of its cloudiness, leaving a big chunk of it empty.
Please don't
14 damage.
All right, that's 14. For some reason, I was trying to spell 14. That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's me, Argon. Finish this thing off.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what did Lieb say?
Huh? I was saying that I
You cut out again.
Yeah.
Good
Just
heading, yeah.
before.
But I think he said that please don't hit me because you actually hit him with a spell,
Oh.
as he is sharing the space with the element.
Oh. Okay, yeah, leave
That is
needs
true,
to
actually.
make the save as well.
Sorry, that's the only spot I was able to move to with my movement. It's still here.
Even if Lee fails, he takes half damage. So
Yeah.
7 damage
So-
isn't huge.
So took me a while to notice, but yeah, my laptop disconnected again the internet because my laptop is completely retarded. Sorry.
Don't worry. Just whenever you can, make that Constitution save, and then we'll warp on over to Argon's turn, where he's probably gonna finish them off.
And you
Wait,
do get a
what?
+4.
I have to roll a Constitution save for the Thunder Step.
Yeah.
That sucks, but okay. I don't. Well, let's see if it did it roll at all. I don't think so. No, it's.
I
Can someone can you roll it for me? It's a +3.
right. Let's see.
I need to restart my.
Saving
Laptop again.
throw, Constitution. Normal. Yeah, you succeeded. No wait, it means
If I have
it
a-
beats it. So yeah, you succeeded. Does that mean you half the damage or take no damage?
I think it takes half damage from Thunder Step.
Yeah,
Oh, 'cause
often a
it's-
success.
Dexterity saves that the thing.
No, that's evasion only works on dexterity, sadly.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So 7. That's not exactly a huge chunk of your HP.
No, I'm fine. There is, by the way, one version of evasion that works, I believe, on Constitution, but it's only on a specific magic item.
Cool. Argon. Finish it.
I'm going to switch the Switchblade into its Great Axe form and swing down on the Air Elemental.
Let's see if you hit. If you miss, you'll be the first one that
I
misses.
hope so.
Yeah, that's the hit.
Alright. And I'll smite, because why not?
Just to make sure.
Okay, go on then.
and I'm back on the laptop for a bit.
How much damage does that smite do? 9.
9, so not a lot. But it's damage.
Yeah, that was a terrible roll.
Yeah. Oh well. And I'll attack again.
Cool.
Hey, that is very nice.
Kind of, but it's a bit surplus. So yeah, just roll and double the damage.
Yeah.
You're basically brutalizing this thing now.
Yeah.
That is 18 damage.
And
How do you want to do this?
oh, nice. How the fuck do I hit a cloud of air?
You blow
I-
it.
That would work. I guess I slam the great axe down on the ground and unleash this blast of divine crackling energy that just kind of disperses the air elemental completely.
And as you do this, and the elemental's just gone in a cloud of dust and divine smitiness.
Nice.
Poof. That's it. Is that
Yes.
your
Oh,
turn?
using my bonus action, I'll switch back to Sudden Shield.
Cool. Please tell me that's your turn.
Yes.
Ah, it's back to leave. Lightning
Wait.
Boy's dead.
Trying to punch. Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
do it again.
That's hit. That's
9
9.
seconds.
Is that a miss? It is. Wow. Yeah, it's a miss.
That's
no.
ooh. How does that feel?
Lightning's too fast.
What's
He has
happening to
finally
me?
done it.
I need 2 more attacks.
That's a hit. 8.
8 more. Still alive.
Still alive. It's barely hanging on with the whiskers, the whispers of lightning. That's a miss.
Oh my fucking god. Well, I will allow you to decide. If you like, you can decide if you want to allow this or not. But can I spend a key point to add the damage of underarm to one of the strikes that hit?
The damage of what?
The necrotic damage I can add to one of my attacks per
Yeah.
turn.
Go for it.
That's just free damage.
Yeah, sure. I'm good with that.
It's not free because I need to spend key points on it, but you know. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's extra 10. There's just like barely a light to it anymore, but it's still there. It's just not even sparking anymore, it's just
That's unfortunate.
glowing.
Actually, wait. I have something. The
Alright.
12 I always forget about this. I can spend key points to add to my roll to it.
Okay.
So let's see how many. I believe each hit point I spend is a +1, +2 to the tweet. So focus a day. Yes, there it is.
Alright.
lost-
So how many key points you spending?
So I have a 12.
Yeah.
Will the 16 hit?
Are you going to use 2 key points to get it to a 16?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, you use 2 key points, and that punch from earlier suddenly changes as you redirect it and smacks the lightning bolt across the face. It is dead. How do you want to do this?
Well, what is happening is basically I start punching it and I miss it, but as Lib's hand goes through the lightning, there is a reaction with his body, with his muscles that were animated by necrotic magic and who knows what, and he has a spasm and is energized by it and keeps punching and punching and punching and punching, going faster and faster as the lightning turns black with necrotic energy, and he's just feeding off the electricity, basically absorbing it. That was exciting. Apparently, I can feel excitement. That was nice.
And
Can we do that again?
And with that, you've cleared the this area, and it seems as though it's quiet now. There's no hum of electricity, no swirl of gales. Simple, calm place.
Well, we have killed the beauty of nature.
Otherwise, the beauty of nature would kill us.
Is that what living beings consider beautiful? Lightning is quite nice, but I didn't know it was a feeling shared by living beings.
So, to this temple then, shall we?
Would
Yeah,
you like
let's
to
keep
come
going.
on? I see that some of you were injured. In other words, I'm suggesting a short rest.
Oh, I suppose that's fine.
Shouldn't we wait for a short rest until we sort of get to the temple and then we can have a rest once we get there? What if we face something else minor along the way?
Actually, I can also very easily heal us up.
Just to give you guys a bit of context, at this point you know you're roughly halfway, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think we are getting there in a single day.
Yeah, but I don't know how lucky we've been getting on our random encounter rolls.
I'm just giving you context,
Yeah.
so it's up to you what you do.
Short rest. I was asking for a short rest because the only real problem of monks is I don't have a lot of key points, and I recharge them on a short rest. So
Alright.
if I want to go Nova every time, I need that short rest. Also, we can spend some it dice to heal up, if you like. Or I can spend my last key points healing someone if needed.
Fine, short rest then.
Alright.
So I will spend I will do a healing touch on Marl before the rest because it's never a bad thing. That's 10. You recover 10 HP. Marl,
There we go,
Marl,
that'll
did
get
you
me back up.
hear me? Marl,
Yes?
before you spend hit dice, I gave you 10 HP from healing.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm back up to full then.
That's helpful. If I'm going to recover my hit dice, my you know what I'm trying to say, yes? If I'm going to recover my key, then I'm
Bunch of wussies getting hurt in fights. I wouldn't imagine.
Or a way it's either you go by without getting hit at all, or you
Or you
almost
die.
fucking die in one hit. The two extremes of a Wayne.
Yeah.
so 13, 17. 17 should be enough. Yeah, 17 is enough. And I believe I should have my key points back. Yes. I will take a moment to fully digest the lightning I just feasted upon. That was nice.
Oh, also, random note. I would appreciate if we could make it not too late, because I have a pretty important thing tomorrow early morning.
I think we're gonna finish as soon as we get to the Amber Temple, which is
Yeah, that's good.
half an hour max.
Alright,
Temple,
perfect.
temple.
I still need to. I mean, I've set up the Amber Temple, but it's a little bit messy, so that'll be next session. You'll only get to the Amber Temple today, so I'm trying to figure out what map I left you on. Where you
I
guys?
take nothing but squeaky clean temples.
Oh, I don't know if it's going to be squeaky clean.
No, it's definitely gonna be squeaky clean.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
want to
So,
between us.
are you guys... you're moving forward, I suppose, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I lost my.
Alright, so... Your plan is to go around like this, right? So you don't have to climb that much?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright,
Whatever is faster, honestly.
as you resume your hiking, you notice that the mists are getting thicker as you sense that you're getting closer, and I think, wait, is survival checks. You need to, whoever's leading needs to make a survival check to navigate. But yeah,
I will lead. Lead will lead.
okay, yeah, wow. Doesn't matter as misty as mist is as thick as it can be.
I can see pretty well with my eyes. I have
Yeah.
good eyes.
You
They-
have
Gathered especially for this.
this genuine, perfect sense of direction, and you guys fail to get lost, and you keep progressing.
Isn't
We
that
failed. Oh no! I reroll.
As you're wandering around this mountain,
I think even with a reroll, we would have failed to get lost.
yeah, just as you're progressing around this mountain, you notice odd features as you're getting close to where you presume the Amber Temple is. There seems to be carvings engraved? That sounds about right. Engraved into the side of the mountains, depicting odd. You want to. The instinct is to call them monsters or beings, etc., but it's hard to really tell what they are. And you progress a bit closer, and you hear.
Please don't get lost. Follow me.
You hear. Wasn't expecting you to go around a mountain. You hear a roar, and perception check, I suppose.
Sure thing.
Ooh. I like those.
Oh, that could have been a 20.
I'm good at perception.
Everybody roll perception. I mean, they're still okay.
That's a 21 for me.
Go on, Owain. All right, so
21.
Owain and Lee, you would realize this. You can hear the roar exceptionally well, and you can tell this roar definitely not something you want to actually come to meet the face of. As you can tell, it's the roar of some sort of dragon.
Dragon?
Oh.
I look at Argon intensely.
Is it?
Argon, there is someone with a throat structure similar to yours, but way bigger. I can recognize the same tone. It's clearly your relative.
I mean, most dragons I know are pretty good.
Do you speak Draconic?
Yes, of course I do.
Was that a
Those
word?
roars.
I was taught by it. What? I
Does
just
the
taught
roar
it
mean
from my
anything, or is it just a
parents.
shout?
Does it?
Well, you heard the roar, but you
Question to
didn't
DM.
quite hear it. But from what you could make out, it was a muffled, just a scream. Like,
I can repeat the roar if you need. In your head. Ah.
yeah,
Incredible.
Just as far as you can tell, it's just a scream, like a very angry, furious scream.
It mostly just sounds angry.
Is this
I
Is this what yodeling sounds like?
That
know.
is, I mean, I reckon we should just probably get out of here.
Let's do that.
But is it towards the temple? What if it's guarding it? And if it is,
Do we know where it's coming from?
Yes, you've rolled really high perception, so you know it's coming from this general area.
Huh.
I mean, it's called the Amber Temple. I don't
Gosh.
think Amber is a god of dragon, is it?
I don't know.
Technically,
Argon, this is your expertise.
What? Well, that's
It's-
supposed to mean.
Is Amber a type of dragon? Well, I don't want to assume, because for me, I am an expert in devil kind, even though it's just a coincidence that I am also a tiefling.
Of course. Once again, a question. It is an amber dragon a thing? I don't know much about dragons.
it can be a thing because Amber's a gem, and you know they're gem dragons, so
Yeah.
it would be logical to assume that you could get an Amber dragon.
Okay. I've never encountered one myself, but I know that there are many different types of gem dragons, so there's a good chance that this is indeed an amber dragon. Though I don't know what that could entail, corresponding to its elemental type and such, or alignment, if I may say to call it that.
If I remember, gem dragons are linked to mental powers. Is that correct?
I suppose so. Many of us do have it.
Now, let's just say we were to go up in the direction of the dragon, but we pretend that the three of us are your servants. You think you could talk your way past?
We could certainly try.
Be
I
good
will
to
say-
get a vague idea of how successful you're feeling about it, because if we don't succeed, we're probably going to die. And not like how we do in normal, like
Right.
proper going to, you know.
Though I've met many Dragonborn, I have no prior experience with actual dragons, I'll say that. Sorry, it is a good question. I reckon the only real way to find out would be to try it out. Though, do know that if it doesn't work, we're going to have to fight a probably very angry and very strong dragon. So it might be safer to find some kind of distraction, though. I'm up for anything.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
That could work well, since looking at the past encounter, I don't think any any of the rest of us could be trusted with it.
I can try. I would like to, after I'm sure that they will not get lost the moment I leave, I will try to scout ahead.
Well, the biggest question we should be trying to answer is if the dragon works for Strahd or not.
Right. One thing I'm wondering is why is it roaring like this? Usually, I assume they don't roar random, right? Or is this
Are you sure this is not a yodeling attempt?
honestly, who knows? Dragons have many diverse interests.
I'm glad my hypothesis could be correct.
So,
I would like to scout ahead again.
alright, so give me a stealth check and you're scouting ahead this way, right? Towards the Amber Temple?
That's a 23.
Shit. Give me a second. I just want to have a quick look to see give me a second. I need
Sure.
to describe what I'm seeing, and I've got a few pictures. That's not right.
Ooh.
I think I might have a picture for this dragon, but I don't know. Because... yeah, creatures are monsters. Alright. I'm also trying to see if it's gonna kill you. So, amber dragons aren't actually in the compendium, but they are actual dragon. So, I don't have a picture because, of course. Give me a second. I wasn't expecting you to climb around the mountains, so I just need a second to adjust.
There's one from the Forgotten Realms wiki here I can get you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was looking at. So,
Hang on.
where's everything? Yeah, there it is. Can I just pop that in?
I can see it.
What's up with its nose? Oh, never mind, it's roaring.
It's pretty.
The dragon's got a big old schnoz on him.
It's pretty hard.
It looks like a dinosaur, like a very primordial dragon or something. It's a dinosaur dragon thing. It's cool.
Yeah. So as you scout ahead, you very obviously notice the temple, as it is literally this. Oh, that's cute. This building that's jutting out of the mountain, sort of oddly, as in it doesn't quite match the surrounding landscape, and it's bronze coloured, amber coloured, if you will.
Yeah, makes sense.
In front of it is lying this dragon that is similarly coloured to the temple, but it's curled up and sleeping for the moment. So it does not seem to notice you.
Oh, it was a yawn. It was not a roar. It was yawning very loudly, or maybe snoring. I love it. Either way. So it's right in front of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate. And is it like? I assume it's big, but
It's right. I have size. It's basically huge sized. Using the D&D size thing.
yeah. So
Thankfully, hasn't noticed you, but it seems the only way into the Amber Temple is somewhere behind
I
it.
would like to take a moment as I look at it to try and gauge how healthy it looks after all this in Barovia. Everything dies in Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like a healthy, full-grown dragon, as far as I can tell. I'm trying to see if I can use my medicine proficiency to do something useful.
Use what?
I'm trying to see if I can use medicine to guess if a dragon is healthy. I don't know if that's...
You can tell. Actually, yeah, sure. Go for it. As far as you can tell, as you're not exactly an expert on dragons, and so you can only know as far as you've read or been taught, this creature looks fairly healthy, but it's got a tinge of not exactly malnutrition. It just looks a bit malnourished, purely because Barovia has no sun, so it's been always in the dark.
So it's reasonable to think that this is not his or R or there. I have no idea, but this is not the dragon's natural habitat too.
That's reasonable to believe.
And it's not. The dragon does not like the lack of sun, but has to deal with it, basically.
Yeah, that seems about.
It's a bit on the anemic side. Good for us, I think. I am fairly sure that I don't have the right skill for this, but would I be able to guess the age of the dragon, like ancient or adult or whatever, just to give? I don't know what this role is, like nature maybe.
Perception. Just give me a perception check to see that.
Sure. Perception is actually pretty good for me, so good.
With that, you know, it's definitely not a child.
Well, that's. I will try to add the d6 to this to see if I can get a better result.
Alright, let's see.
Because, you know, why not? I have 3 uses. I don't use it very often. So, did it roll it?
That is 17.
18, actually, total.
Oh, yeah.
18. Before.
Oh, yeah, I can't count. Yeah, with that, you definitely know that it seems to be an adult.
So, maybe not ancient at the very least.
It doesn't look ancient.
Good, good. This is good information. It doesn't look old enough to be a world-ending threat, but it's big. Big scary dragon. I will slowly work back. I have some good news and some bad news. What do you want to hear first?
The bad ones.
It seems that there is a big dragon sleeping in front of the Amber Temple.
Well, that was actually to be expected.
It's exactly in front of it. That's the bad news.
And what is the good news?
It seems to be a young adult, so not as dangerous as a bigger one, at the very least. Also doesn't like the lack of sun, so it might be slightly weaker, maybe. Unlikely, but it might have brittle bones. I believe some creatures don't get brittle bones from lack of sunlight. Also, now that I think about it, if this is not its home, if this is not its home, maybe it might be interested in getting rid of Strahd.
Well, if this is not its home, then maybe it's also because it's working for Strahd, in which case trying to resolve it with words can be possible, but also difficult.
He didn't look very happy to be here. I don't think it works for Strahd. Strahd works with undead, right? Mostly.
Didn't he have a feud with another dragon?
Did he?
He did. Argon Vostold. But that is a very long time ago and was a very different type of dragon, if I remember correctly.
Do you think that maybe this dragon has known the other one?
That could be.
It didn't look super old, to be fair. I'm not sure about the age range of dragons, but it didn't look fully matured at the very least.
I mean, even young adults tend to be relatively old for human standards. But yeah, you do bring up a good point. Though,
Still, if it's a youngish, I don't know. If it's a dragon, and he doesn't want to be here, maybe we can try to get him out of here and get his help, or at least his non-violence. We could also try to sneak past it, but I don't think you are good at it.
Yes.
Well, I have prepared a couple of spells that could help us with traversing a stone-like terrain without alerting anyone. But also, it might be difficult if you cannot even reach the entrance.
I can probably reach the entrance. I think Marl can reach the entrance. I don't know about you two. Can you two teleport?
I cannot.
I
Then we
can bring someone with me.
Can you bring two people?
No.
I cannot bring people with me. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint. If we want to try and talk and the talk doesn't work, we might get past it with magic. That could work.
Right, but at that point, the dragon is just going to be camping the exit, and we're
Actually,
going to be stuck inside.
how big was the entrance to the Amber Temple? Would the dragon be able to enter it? I did not ask.
Definitely not. It would
No.
not be able to enter the Amber Temple. Unless it polymorphed.
Maybe we can try to find a different way to exit the temple after it. Or use whatever is inside the temple to get rid of the dragon if he's waiting for us. Or just wait for it to fall asleep. Dragons sleep. This dragon was sleeping. Apparently, the roar from before was snoring. Or maybe a big yawn. Isn't that interesting and fascinating?
I could create a sphere of fog that would make sneaking easier, and it's not particularly loud, so it also likely wouldn't wake the dragon much.
I don't.
So
I
we'd
feel
have a
like-
chance to run without being spotted if it wakes up.
I feel like fog is pretty common in Barovia, so it will be plausible. You will not notice any difference.
Well, it would be just a sphere of thick fog, so it'd be a bit noticeable because
Yes,
it's a perfect sphere.
yes, but as long as the dragon is inside the sphere, you would just think, oh, more fog. And that's it.
Well, it's big, but it's not so. The dragon might be a little too big to encompass all of it, so it might be like, why is my leg not foggy wet? That's weird.
You just need to put his head in the fog. And also, fog moves like clouds, right? So it might be like a passing cloud. We are on mountains after all. It doesn't really
Well,
matter.
alright, we can give it a try.
It could be useful to distract him. It, there, them, her, I am not sure. I don't know how to distinguish genders in dragons. Argon, I'm sorry if I assumed that you were a man. Are you a woman? I don't know how to distinguish gender in dragons.
That is an interesting question.
Assumption correct?
Hmm?
Was my initial assumption correct?
Yeah. Yes, you don't need to worry about that.
I didn't want to disrespect you.
Of course, I find it very respectful, I suppose.
Alright, shall we go ahead with this plan then? So, the deal is, we fog the dragon, then we'll try and sneak through. If the dragon wakes up, everyone who can teleport inside does, and whatever one person is left, just run as quick as you can.
I believe we should send the ones that cannot teleport first, so that if we are the rear guard and the dragon wakes up, we are more likely to save ourselves. Does that sound right?
If we do that, then we'll only be able to say, hey, whoever, the person who can't teleport has to just be there, and everyone else can teleport in front of the dragon. That's worse.
I will say I do not mind being the one left alone. I think I should be able to manage standing my ground for a bit.
Well, if anything comes to it, I think, Argon, you could always try and distract it with actually talking to it instead of fighting initially.
Also quite true.
Do we want to try and talk to it if it wakes up? That could work as a plan B. Argon can try and talk to it if it wakes up, and as a plan
course.
C, we can run.
I just...
Come on.
Wait a second. And Owain kind of looks for... Can I just look around and see if I can find... wait, never mind. That would be quite large. Never mind. I was looking if I can cast Melt into Stone to hide myself in the stone so we can teleport with. But it has to be something that I can fully imagine too.
So just to make clear, the first plan is to stealth past it with fog. If we cannot do that, Argon will try to speak to it. If we cannot do it, that we will run very fast and teleport if we can. Does that sound alright?
Yep.
Look at that. We have even 3 plans. That's so many plans. That's 3 more plans than usual.
I would like to have a couple more, but this will do.
You said that you can hide into stone. That can be the 4th plan. If you are left on your own with the dragon, just hide in the floor.
They are indeed my backup plans.
That's good. We have 4 plans now.
Okay, you ready?
I'd say so.
Yes.
Just to make sure. Is everyone alright to go on with the plans right now? I don't want to, like, Owen said that he didn't want to be too late. So, just to make sure, it's... I don't know actually what time is it from your perspective. It's one hour earlier.
Yeah, it's 11 for me, but I don't mind doing this.
What I'm going to say is, we do this, if your plan fails and we get into a fight, I'm going to end the session there.
That of course, that was obvious, but yeah.
If we get into a fight, we all immediately die. New characters in 2 weeks.
Fun times.
Hey.
Alright.
So I will stay on the rear with Argon because I can both stand my ground and run very fast. So I can be the last one to go through. Make sense?
Yep.
I'd say Owen, Marl, Argon, and then me. Makes if everyone is okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, and also we can we actually see in the fog?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Unless you have a way to see through fog magically.
Only through darkness.
Let's just follow the wall. We don't need to do much. We just follow the wall with the fog, while the fog is there.
Okay.
Actually, do we need to put the fog on us? Because we could always put the fog on the dragon and just walk.
Let's go and find out.
Alright, let's go. So, you're approaching the Amber Temple now, correct?
Yes.
And I'll just move all of you guys here. It doesn't have an outside map. Okay, that's fair. So you'll just stay on this map. As you approach the Amber Temple, you see it come into view. This spire made of amber, which has Gothic-like architecture. And then just a huge fucking amber dragon sleeping in front of it. Looks pretty peaceful, the amber dragon does.
I will take advantage of my telepathy to try and coordinate the movement without actually making any sound.
What are you doing?
There is the dragon. Marl, do you want to do the fog thing?
I'm going to walk across and just have fog cloud ready to cast as soon as I, if I see it starting to stir awake.
Right, so you guys all just making stealth check, just sneaking past it?
Mhm.
Alright,
That's the first. That's what we
Yes.
are.
Stealthy
make
boys.
stealth checks then.
We're extremely sneaky. I cannot see any way this goes wrong.
Do remember that as the dragon.
Oh god.
Do remember that as the dragon is asleep, it should have disadvantage on perception checks.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
also
but we're
have.
rolling presumably versus its passive.
Yes, disadvantage on passive is -5, so it has a -5 to the passive perception. Then it still works.
I got a 10.
Actually,
Oh, that's disadvantage, so.
so Owen,
Yeah.
you just get proficiency in that, right?
I ran out of my.
Uh-oh.
Or did I actually? Do I have one or do I have 2 uses of my? I don't remember. I think I might actually have 2 uses of it, so I will add 3 to it,
Yes.
which
that's
is
not-
13. Never mind. I mean, Archons.
I mean, maybe
Ah, I didn't
maybe at
think
least-
you guys could fail so badly.
I have a question. Did Owen manage, because we went in order, did at least Owen manage to get inside the temple before the dragon starts to wake up?
I'm just gonna start talking.
Okay.
So, Lieb, the Argon rolled the worst, so as you're moving Argon, you're just going funk funk in your armor, just clatter clatter. You're trying, but it doesn't matter if you're trying, you're just really bad at it. And you can see the dragon starting to stir.
Fog cloud.
Alright, and with that, you're casting it centered on the dragon, right?
I'm casting it centered on the dragon's head.
Alright, so as you cast that, all of you get to either reroll your stealth or add 5 to it.
I'm adding 5.
I think I might have to re-roll this one.
Like, technically, my luck should mean I should reroll.
Alright, got
Good
that.
idea.
So
Ah, shit. Okay.
you
Oof.
and Argon need to reroll then.
I will say the moment that I...
Well, that's
Uh-oh.
pretty good.
That is still a 6.
Ah. Okay, so
I'll say the moment that I see the dragon react in any, I'll just kind of go out of stealth mode or whatever, and try to look normal, like not like I'm trying to fucking sneak past.
whistles innocently.
But we'll see. Yeah. So
So
what brings you to this part of town?
as
Argon
this
stops crouching.
as this fog cloud is conjured, the amber dragon seems to. It almost seems to be lulled back into drowsiness and slowing its waking. And as it does, everybody seems to be able to sneak past it quite easily, except for you, Argon, who's just clunkily funking your way forward, trying to be quiet and stealthy, but you're not built for that. It's just like asking the impossible. And yeah, the dragon seems to have at least noticed you, Argon. as everybody else seems to have been able to make it to the entrance without being noticed. And the dragon's still waking up. So you have a few seconds, Argon, before it's probably gonna notice you.
All right. I guess. I mean, the main thing to do right now is I'll yell out in Draconic. I guess. What do I say? Hello there.
You hear
Let's just have it.
a voice in your head. Who is this?
My name is Argon, and I also use telepathy back.
Is your full name Ambersight? Seriously, I just noticed.
It is actually. Yeah, I'll say that.
I
I didn't forget about
I hope you literally said, "My name is Argon. I also use telepathy."
that. I am also a big fan of telepathy. It is a thing I use daily.
I see you too are a gentleman of refined taste.
So almost immediately you hear the reply. I see. And what brings you here?
I hadn't actually prepared for this. Fuck. That's a good question. I am simply wandering. I'm a stranger to these lands, and I've been trying to find my way back to, or I've been trying to find out how I can leave this place.
What coincidence. That is my goal too. But I have since given up. There's no way to escape.
Why do you think that?
I was stationed here a long time ago to guard this temple, so that worthy creatures may enter to claim its power. Yet none have been able to return from its depths or survive its trials.
Who has
And
placed you here?
Argon Vostholt had this duty down, and a while ago it fell upon me.
I see. I have heard many a great thing of Argon Vosthold and his fight and rebellion against Strahd.
You'd hear a greater thing if he succeeded.
I suppose so. Though, I must admit that I have encountered Strahd myself, and I have been trying. I have heard stories that a way to leave this place is to kill Strahd, and I have been looking for ways to possibly increase my power or find possible ways to possibly kill Strahd.
Then you seek what's in the depths of this temple.
That is true.
I can only warn you that you probably will come back changed if you seek the weapon here. There's a price to pay for it, and if you can even make it out alive.
I see.
Yet if
Though-
you full well accept the risks, I won't stop you.
In that case, I do accept. I am willing to go all in on this attempt, and I want to kill Strahd. I want to slay that evil creature and hopefully do some good in the process.
Then you are of one mind. Save for I am powerless against the creature Strahd, but if you believe you can do this, then he he stands up and sort of flies a bit to the side, so the entrance is open, exposed, and he's out of the way. Then you very well may enter. And yeah,
Because the dragon noticed the rest of us.
uh,
We are like on the door waiting for Argon.
he hasn't turned around. He hasn't turned his head around, so he hasn't noticed. He's just like doing this Grand Guardian thing, but he hasn't noticed the three of you are already at the entrance while he's chatting to Argon.
We are quickly hiding in the shadows of the door.
Yeah. I just like very quickly like try to fucking wish them away. I look at the dragon, bow to it, and then I proceed on into the temple.
Okay, cool. That's where we'll end it today then.
Nice.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Right, I have a question, and I would like to apologize. Before I ask the question, I would like to apologize for this question.
Oh.
What's the name of the dragon?
Probably Amber.
Nice. Nice.
That's fine.
So I can.
I'm gonna be off. Thank you very much for running. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing. And turning
Have
up.
a lovely rest of your week.
Argon, you
Yeah,
made a
alright.
fan job.
Cool.
Yay. I'm proud of you. You made a fan.
Cool.
No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, see you guys next week then, or those of you who are gonna show up for Pathfinder next week. Otherwise, see you.
See ya in 2 months.
This time for sure we'll have it in 2 weeks. Everything will go all right
Yeah, probably.
for sure.
I can't see any events occurring in 2 weeks that would stop this.
I'm
Mm,
actually getting like increasingly busy, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I will try to still be being able to play.
On a side of Midnight, I would like to say that Dragon Interpretation was especially nice. Like, that was one of your best NPCs. Good job.
Yes,
I
I
just
thought it was really cool.
It was very fun to. The funniest part is that none of us heard any of that conversation. It was all in telepathy. So, like, we just looked at Argon that was staring at the dragon, and the dragon was staring at Argon. That was even funnier. But thank you. That was a very good interpretation.
thanks. I just pull that one out of nowhere, to be fair. But I like dragons a lot, so cool.
As a fellow DM, I can tell you, improv is the best, especially for NPCs. You just need to remember the voice you used for that NPC after improvising.
That I can recognize.
Alright, I'm gonna head off to bed now. See you whenever.
Same.
Thank you for the
All right.
game. Bye.
See ya.
See you.
See ya.